So what are the major times in your life when your gut should be used to make big decisions? I'm going to give you the 2 times in your life when you should really rely on your gut to move forward. Why it's important to be using your gut, and then also how to do it for big success. My name's Steven, and on this channel, I provide you with the knowledge and ideas that made me a millionaire, that can make you one too. And this info will help you level up and realize your full potential. So jumping right into it now, what does it mean to go with your gut? You kind of already know, don't you? It's that feeling in your body that tells you when something is right or when something is wrong. Sometimes people will call it intuition or instinct. Now we have to understand that our body is way more intelligent than we think. And that statement might even sound weird to you. You might say, Steven, that's ridiculous. All of your intellect is actually in your mind, not your body. But that's just incorrect. That's what I used to think, but now over time, I've learned that that's not true at all. Our bodies have thousands of years of intelligence in them. I mean, how do you think we look the way that we look? It's all of the memory that is stored in the body. Every single cell in your body has intelligence and memory, has genomic code and structure. Your body also retains information on a subconscious level, and that's where your gut feelings come from. So your gut also has a direct link to your brain, actually, which affects your thinking. So a lot of major chemicals and hormones that people think that are made in their brain are actually made in your gut. And that includes serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine. So it sounds kind of weird, but it's true, and I think it's pretty interesting. Your gut also has a direct connection to your entire body. It is as connected to the rest of your body as your mind is. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you the 2 most important times to be using your gut. And those 2 times are when it comes down to people and when it comes down to money. And I'm talking about major choices here, not small everyday choices that don't really affect you. So when it comes down to the first one, people, and I'm talking about situations like large family decisions that are going to have significant and lengthy repercussions on your life, like finding a new business partner, hiring an employee into your company, or more relatable and more of a common occurrence is finding a spouse, right? Arguably the most important decision of your entire life. Use your gut more with people. It will help you catch little incongruencies of somebody's nonverbal body language compared to what they're saying. It'll help you dial in more and thrive more in social situations. And it will also help you choose better relationships, whether that be, romantic relationships or business relationships or even friendships. I remember the first time that I really just made a decision from my gut when it came down to people. Before I tell that though, hit that like button really quick. Helps out a lot. It's not hard to do. So the first time I really made a decision from the gut in terms of people was me ending a relationship. I was 25, things were going great. This chick acted up a little bit. I didn't like it. I could have pushed through it. I could have made it work, but my gut was telling me, no, this isn't right. And so my head was saying something, my gut was telling me otherwise. I went with my gut. I've never regretted it since. I think that if I did not go with my gut at that time, I would have then been resentful towards that person. I wouldn't have grown as much as I could. And I've never since then ever regretted going with my gut. And I don't think you would either. So now moving on to the second types of scenarios where you should be focusing on using your gut. And that's when it comes down to major money and financial decisions. So I'm talking about buying a property, changing jobs, starting your own company even. These are major life decisions that can affect you for a really long time, and this is when going with your gut is going to be key. And don't override your gut, okay? You're gonna know when someone's done this because you're gonna hear them say these words: I knew I shouldn't have done that. So mentally, they were being pushed in one way, even though they knew that that wasn't right for them. Your gut will help you make better decisions and push through fear, even when your mind doesn't want to do it. And just a little caveat here is don't get your gut feeling confused with being impulsive. And one of the best ways to know the difference between the two is by letting a little bit of time pass. Let some time pass, let the ideas and situations settle within you, and then make your decision from there. That's a good way to avoid being impulsive and knowing that you're actually coming from a good place and going with the right decision from your gut. And I personally like to sleep on important decisions. And there's actually science behind that, because when we sleep, things get filed away. Our whole system gets reorganized. And so if you are going to sleep, or you've had a day where you're feeling a little uncertain about something, or you're a little confused and don't really know how to proceed, you might go to sleep and then wake up with clarity. And so your gut will lead you on the right path and lead you to the correct path if you let it. And lastly, one little side note for me to add is that the older you get, the more you should be basing decisions off your gut and relying on your gut. And the reason behind that is, as we get older, we accumulate more experiences, more data points, more reference points, and this helps you make better decisions. Every single event and moment in your life gets logged away for future use, for you to then draw on in similar circumstances so that you can have a better outcome. That's actually like where your intuition is coming from and your gut feeling. It's all being processed through the lens of prior experiences and knowledge that you've accumulated over time. So that's why I like to personally rely on my gut the older that I get. The older that I get, the more I'm choosing with my gut. Our memories don't actually take up any physical matter in our brains, right? You can have an unlimited amount of experiences stored in your mind. So you can go through and access anything that's ever happened to you with almost within a split second. Whether you know you're doing it or not, that's where your feelings are coming from. And so that's when you hear people say, my life flashed before my eyes. That's literally what's happening. Scientists have shown that your entire life can literally be processed through your mind, because it's not taking up physical space, within 10 seconds. It's almost just like a really quick video roll, just rolls right by. And so your gut during your life is pulling from all of those experiences. And that's where your intuition and your gut feelings actually come from. I actually call my gut the silent muscle, because it's just quietly being developed and becoming stronger over time. So that's why I'm using it more and more. And it doesn't mean I'm ignoring like any facts or anything like that, but it really helps, especially when you have limited information and have to make a decision off limited information. So you're pulling from past experiences, taking in information now on this situation, and then your gut's propelling you forward with what it's deeming to be correct. Even if you don't have everything straight in your mind, you're still getting some type of visceral feeling saying this is right or this is wrong. So just to recap, the two major times when you should be relying more on your gut is when it comes to people and when it comes to major financial and money decisions. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you found any value in it whatsoever, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It really helps out a lot. I appreciate you. I believe in you, and I'll talk to you later.